Welcome to Fourth and Forever, the flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network. Join hosts Dan, Richie, and TD as they break down the latest news and storylines across the NFL, featuring game predictions, breakdowns, heated debates, live Patreon callers, and everything in between. Catch Fourth and Forever every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern on the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Fourth and Forever, your go-to daily NFL news show on the internet. I'm pumped about today's episode, boys. I'm not sure about you. What's up, Richie? We missed it yesterday.
Yeah, guys, thanks for holding it down. You know, we're back in a new space right now. Things are, all good over here, but we appreciate it holding down. My dad just had successful back surgery, and he's already on the path to recovery, which is great. So thanks for holding it down yesterday, but I'm excited to be back. So much happened across the NFL that we're going to get into. That's what I'm talking about. TD Finstock, Tony Dow, Mr. Dow. What up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Getting into some ball right now. A lot going on in the NFL, a lot of rumors, all type of good stuff, man. Let's get into it.
That is what I am talking about as well. The biggest piece of news I think that we should start off with is a bit of a shocking move. Maybe not so much the Ravens fans. Ravens fans wanted to see it happen. John Harbaugh is officially out of a job in Baltimore. News is coming out that partially a reason why he was let go, or perhaps the straw to break the camel's back, was his refusal of letting go Todd Monken, their offensive coordinator. Whatever the reason is, he is now without a job. I've already heard rumors around the rumor mill that there are several teams interested in bringing him on. Falcons, most notably. I forgot what other team might be interested in bringing him in. But thoughts on John Harbaugh leaving Baltimore, and even more importantly, what's next for the Baltimore Ravens? Richie, talk to me.
Yeah, this definitely came as a shock. I know a lot of Ravens fans wanted this to happen. And, where my mind goes, I'm like, you ungrateful bastards. I mean, look at John Harbaugh's, I'm just sitting here as a Jets fan down in the dumps. And they're like, fire Harbaugh, Super Bowl winning all-time playoff records over 500, all-time record over 500. But I get it. Sometimes things fizzle out, and I understand why they want this to be the case. But it's a time for a change. There was a lack of connection between owner and head coach in terms of the coordinators. And apparently some of the players were growing frustrated. Maybe there was a disconnect with Lamar Jackson. So a lot of interesting things are coming out that I'm excited to get more into, but definitely shocking. The one thing I will say, though, that if you are a Ravens fan, they make you feel a little – this actually may not make you feel as optimistic because it's a little depressing. Look at what the Seahawks did. They fired Pete Carroll after them going to the playoffs looking good. And then they bring in McDonald, and now look at them. But the problem is McDonald was on your staff. He could have been the one to take you to the promised land. So interesting to see what happens with the Ravens. I'm excited to see it. And the Giants seem to be the favorites so far to land them.
The Giants and Kevin Stefanski, what does he do with Jackson Dart in 2026? That is a question for
the Miami Dolphins. So let's just skip that.
Hold on. Did you say Giants and Kevin Stefanski? Is he there?
No. He's not going to be able to be hired until I think a little before the Super Bowl or something. I think that's when those announcements typically happen. TD, thoughts? John Harbaugh is without a job in Baltimore. Thoughts on this?
Unfortunate. I guess the time was it was time, but I do not blame Harbaugh for the lack of success for the Ravens the last 3 years.
No, me neither.
I look at how did all 3 years end? This year, a kicker, execution. The year before, a tight end, execution. The year before, Zay Flowers, execution. As players got to execute. Now, you may have not have liked some of the things he did in the locker room or whatever it may be, but it was still a winning formula. It was still winning. But getting over the hump, I don't think had anything to do with the coach. I think it was more so player execution. But, hey, well, let me backtrack a little bit because I guess That's what a coach is still responsible for. But players got to show up, man. Players got to show up. This is not one of those situations where you look at him and say he failed the team and that's why he got fired. Like you said, he didn't want to let go of the OC. And I get it. Like, it's almost like, where's the scapegoat is what they were doing. Scapegoating. And he didn't want to do it. He stood on business for his guy. And I think that coaches around the league are going to respect that. So wherever his next job is, I think he's going to have a really good staff that follows him.
So a very unpopular take, but I will die on this hill. Most head coaching firings are scapegoat moves, and they could be blamed on things completely outside of their control. Somebody ultimately ended up putting this in the chat, and it's true. Now that Harbaugh is gone, Lamar won't turn over the ball in the postseason anymore, right? Like, it's wild when it comes into it. I get it. Sometimes your back is against the wall and you are a business and you need to ensure that butts still fill seats. Sometimes something needs to change. So I'm sure there's coaching mistakes here and there, like every single head coach on the planet. But I would probably agree with TD on this one. You look at this Baltimore Ravens team, for the most part, you have a very high-powered offense, but it's typically gaffes and personnel mess-ups which have sent them home in the past. You could blame the head coach. That's easy, right? But now I'm looking at this organization and I'm saying, all right, like, maybe we're going to trust a guy who has never been a head coach in his life, in his career. Most guys that are former offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators that are first-time head coaches fail, right? It's very rare that you see a guy go in, become a head coach, and turn the organization around almost immediately. We have a very short memory. Like, Liam Cohn for the Jacksonville Jaguars has done a great job with it. Same thing with Mike McDonald, or right over in Seattle, who was formerly that defensive coordinator in Baltimore. But most of the time, dude, you're in for a rough outing. And the way that Lamar Jackson is getting older and older and older, how confident are we that this team is going to be back to where they were 2 years ago instantly?
Well, are we convinced Lamar is staying?
Say that again?
Are we convinced Lamar is staying?
No, not at all. Not at all, dude. Like, look, it's where his contract is currently is what concerns me with Lamar Jackson, right? He's set to be a $79 million cap hit in 2026. So it's either that they eat that and they allow him to eat up all of that cap, limiting their moves for this new coach to build the team that he thinks makes sense, or they restructure him, meaning that you're pushing money down the road and they have an out on his contract the following year. So it's interesting. I'm going to go out and I'm going to say this. Do not be surprised if Baltimore is actually willing to take calls on Lamar Jackson this offseason based off of where his contract is.
Draft day blockbuster trade.
Draft day blockbuster trade. Rich, thoughts? Is Lamar going to be a Baltimore Raven?
Yeah, I think that's the next domino to fall. You know, this quarterback situation is going to be interesting. I think I would be shocked, but at this point, I'm pretty convinced that the whole Joe Burrow stuff is not going to happen. I think them keeping Zach Taylor and hearing Joe Burrow and T. Higgins and Jamar Chase were the ones that really wanted him to stay more than anything. I think that's going to stay. And Lamar, maybe he's the one because of the Harbaugh situation. Maybe the Ravens want a fresh start. Maybe the coach that's coming in wants to blow it up, and who knows? Maybe Lamar himself wants a change of scenery. Or maybe Lamar and the ownership is like, are you kidding me? Lamar is the face of this team. He's going nowhere. We did this move of Harbaugh because we want Lamar to be our guy. So only time will tell. It's really speculation world right now. But I think that there's a lot of different scenarios that we can go around. I'm still under the impression, based off of just feeling, is that Lamar's not going anywhere, and they're going to bring in a coach to try to get the most out of Lamar Jackson and win with this team now, because the Ravens are not going into a rebuild. They're going into trying to win a Super Bowl next year. Look at the Seahawks. That's what they've done. Changed their new coach, a younger guy, and now they're like the first seed. So I think that's what the Ravens' goal is. And I feel like going after a new quarterback is going to be tough unless there's a veteran out there. They're not going to want to draft one.
Mm-hmm. So now let me play devil's advocate and put you in the shoes of a brand new head coach and maybe a GM that's perhaps looking at things a bit differently. We see the season Lamar is coming off with, which was riddled with injuries. His play style is electric, but he doesn't necessarily have the frame of a quarterback, which makes me believe that that type of play style is sustainable for much longer. Do you end up signing him to a brand new contract with the season that he had in the injury department? Because remember, he doesn't have the frame like Josh Allen does, where like you could see Josh at least being like, he can take hits like that and he's not going to wind up on the IR. Are you willing to sign him to another mega deal this year or extend him, commit to him long-term when you're a brand new head coach, knowing that, hey, I probably have 3 years to turn this organization around, and you're having at least statistically backed a regressing quarterback from a physical standpoint? I think Baltimore walks away. And I think that this coach is going to start from scratch and bring in his guys and try and get them in a better cap situation. That's me.
I think Baltimore is going to keep him, and they're going to keep him around for at least another 2 to 3 years. The money situation right now, it's not a big deal for them because although he's a $70-something million cap hit, all they're doing, they're not going to do an extension. They're just going to do a restructure. They're going to take the base salary, convert it into signing bonus, and keep pushing it down the road. And that'll keep locking him in year by year by year. So I think that's the approach they'll take, unless they get this like sweet, ultimate, crazy deal that's out there of availability. And I could see, you know what could really happen this offseason and no one's talking about is the Stafford Goff trade again with Lamar and somebody else, like a Lamar Dak Prescott, a Lamar somebody. It's possible. A lot of these contracts, some of these teams, they've done all they can, and Baltimore's one of them. They've done all they can to try to figure it out. Now you're going to bring a new guy in with less talent and try to reframe it. Sometimes it's just a new look you need, a change. And that's what the Rams did. And look at how they were rewarded, and they won that. I could see Lamar being involved in one of those situations, a swap of top quarterbacks.
A swap of top quarterbacks, man. Any further thoughts on this, Rich?
I'm excited, man. I think my big question now, I want to transition it to you guys. Where's Harbaugh going to go? Because here in New York, I was watching sports radio.
What's the best fit for him?
Here in New York, it's all Giants. I don't know. I turn on sports talk radio in New York City. Every Giants fan is like, Stefanski. And then Harbaugh gets fired. Oh, that's our guy. I could see it. I don't know about you guys. Where do you think Harbaugh would be a good fit for?
So from his perspective, I feel like I'm going to go to the place that gives me the longest potential leash, right? Like, what's the longest leash I could have? And when I think of Giants fans, I think they're looking at like Harbaugh being like, oh man, 9-8 or like 8-9, missed the playoffs, regular multiple like winning organization each and every single year with a mobile quarterback. He's young. Sign me up. If Harbaugh signs with the Giants, man, he has 5 free years before his name's even on the hot seat in general, regardless of how the team performs. I genuinely believe that just based off of his pedigree. He's a Super Bowl winning head coach. I'd go with the Giants, or I would go with the Atlanta Falcons as well. I think that there's some interesting things there. I think that Michael Penix situation is an entire different conversation. What does Atlanta do moving forward with him? But yeah, dude, I think it's going to be the Giants or the Falcons.
Harbaugh might end up in Miami, and this is legitimate.
In Miami, we'll give him the keys to the city, somebody said. Oh my God.
He may end up in Miami. We're going to offer the most money. That's a given. Out of all these teams available, we're going to offer the most money. Mike McDaniel is in limbo right now. He said in his press conference the other day, I meet with the owner Friday about my future, and I'm the head coach of the Dolphins until I'm told otherwise. Because they're doing their due diligence. They're running general managers in and out of the Zoom calls like it's like fast. And they're asking a lot of questions about Mike McDaniel and the coach. What would they do? And that Josina Anderson report, it has to be true. She came out and said league sources, she's hearing from league sources that the owner of the Dolphins is enamored with Harbaugh, has inquired about it. And people forget, like 12 years ago, we tried to get Harbaugh. Our owner tried to get Harbaugh.
Yeah.
So while we already had a coach.
Yeah. So to add fuel to that fire as well, it was reported that at least one NFL team that still has an NFL head coach did reach out about Harbaugh.
It's a given. It's got to be Miami. Harbaugh before he wanted Harbaugh's brother too. This is what Stephen Ross wants. The Dolphins came out today and said, we have not reached out to Harbaugh's team. That's a bunch of, you don't want to get slapped on the hand again like you did with Sean Payton when we lost the first round pick a few years ago for trying to talk to him while we had a coach. So the Dolphins are in on it. We will pay the most. But here's the tough part. The reason why they're not letting McDaniel go yet is because Harbaugh could very well just tell us no. He could just very well tell us no. And they don't want to be stuck, stuck up the road with nothing. And that's what's going on right now. They don't like McDaniel. He's not going to be the future of the Dolphins. He may do one more year if we can't land somebody we want, but they're going to pursue Harbaugh. They're pursuing Harbaugh. I know it.
They are pursuing Harbaugh.
I find that hilarious how the Dolphins are pursuing Harbaugh when they didn't even fire McDaniel. It really goes to show
we have a history of it, Richie.
Yo, look, honestly, how I look at the entire situation, you fire Mike McDaniel, I will take him in Buffalo with open arms. And so as offensive coordinator. As far as offensive coordinator, I'd take him with open arms.
Yeah. You want to know what'll be a telltale? If everybody's hesitating to hire, because I know league sources, if this is true, they know the Dolphins are pursuing it. It will stop people from making their hire for head coach because if McDaniel is available, a lot of these teams are looking for an OC head coach. Yeah. And McDaniel is a hot commodity for a lot of people as an OC, and they'll have to promote him as a head coach to get him. So we'll see.
So we have a bunch of playoff football to talk about, or otherwise I would have brought up our theories as into how in the world that Zach Taylor still has a job in Cincinnati. Like, that's a question, but perhaps we'll save that for another time. I don't know, boys. What do you think? It might be time to start previewing at least a couple of games, right? On Saturday.
Yeah, but how can we preview without energy?
Without energy, should we save? Should we save all? Oh, you're right, dude. I missed it. Dude, you alley-ooped it. I whiffed. My bad, brother. Vitamin Energy with all of the benefits, folks. Listen, Vitamin Energy is the official energy drink partner of the Roundtable Sports Network. They have a variety of different recipes. I'm talking about hydration recipes. You have pre-workout. You have various vitamin formulas. You have focus energies. And you can try all of them, okay, right in their variety pack. And the best part about it is that they are offering a buy one, get one free as long as you use our code BOGO Roundtable. Man, shout out to Vitamin Energy for being a proud partner and the official energy drink partner of Roundtable Sports. We sincerely appreciate you. And without further ado, let's move on, baby. Let's move on. First game I want to talk about. I feel like we should just do the Saturday games today. And then tomorrow we'll end up going into the Sunday slate. And then obviously Monday we'll sort of pack the Texans and the Steelers one. But the first game I wanted to discuss. The LA Rams travel into Carolina, who are 8-9 and have a home game. That is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting that team has a home game. But the Carolina Panthers beat the LA Rams this year already. It was a very good game, well coached by Dave Canales. And they're welcoming the LA Rams back into town Can the Panthers find lightning in the bottle twice? Richie, talk to me, man. LA Rams, Carolina Panthers. What do you need to tell the people?
So the Rams are the heavy favorites. The Panthers, this could be a sleeper. A lot of Panthers fans are already upset. I made a TikTok on Roundtable previewing this game already and, talking about how, there was like the odds are so much in the Rams' favor. And I said, the Panthers are probably going to get killed, and I kind of pissed off some Panthers fans. And I understand their frustration. They feel like they've justified their ability to get to this stage. I don't know if I trust them. I don't know. There's going to be upsets this weekend, no doubt about it. But I just don't know if this is going to be the one. Dan, you and I have been on the Bryce Young train. We've been off the train. It's been a really difficult train to stay committed to. I'll tell you that much. But, you're talking about Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford. Is there a status on Devontae Adams? I'm assuming he's still out.
He's actually, from what I understand, rumored to play. I'm going to double check and see if an injury report has come out yet.
I'll just stop right here. I mean, I got the Rams winning. I want to give the Panthers their love. You never know. Bryce Young and could be opportunistic. They could force some turnovers. We've seen Matthew Stafford have some stinkers sometimes. Could be one of those games. And what the Panthers have in their favor is they're on the road. The Rams are on the road in Carolina's house. They have to go across the country. So this could be one of those games that starts off the wild card weekend. Panthers win and it flips everything around. You never know. But I'm going to go with the Rams in probably a domination.
So it's official. Rams wide receiver Adams is expected to play in the wild card game. So now you have all of that. And look, I'm proud of the Carolina Panthers, right? They were able to win their division, although that it was at 8-9. And although when it was up to them to win the division for themselves, they lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's been a roller coaster of a season for this team. Surprisingly enough, though, I like a lot of the youth that they have within their roster. I think the future is bright. I need Bryce Young to play consistent. I think Bryce Young is on a short leash. I think next year, if we don't see any improvement from this squad, I think that Carolina may be looking for a new quarterback of the future. I pray that that's not the case because I have a soft spot for Bryce Young. But, dude, this is just a Goliath. So this is David versus Goliath. It's what it is, man. And I know the Panthers got the best of them during the last matchup. But at the end of the day, you're going into a quarterback who's already wildly inconsistent. You're going into a playoffs in which he has no experience in any sort of playoff game. Dave Canales, I'm pretty sure this is his first playoff game as a head coach. I'm gonna go with the Rams with an absolute romping, dude. I'm gonna go this might be the biggest point differential between any game on Wild Card Weekend. I'm gonna go something gross. 41-17. It's going to be a shellacking.
A shellacking, you're predicting, huh?
A shellacking from the LA Rams. I would be shocked if the Panthers could pull it off. I think it would be funny if an 8-9 team took down who many consider to be a Super Bowl favorite, but 41-17.
Someone in the chat just said Panthers are just upset artists. It is true, man. They're one of those teams you count out, and they come out of nowhere and just prove everyone wrong. Every single time the Panthers do something good, everyone's on them, and then they stink. And then when everyone's counting them out, that's when they win.
So they have been giant slayers this year. They really have been, right? Who else? And so did they beat this year?
Maybe the Eagles, or am I wrong there?
Here. Let's double check and see something.
They beat the Rams, number one. I mean, let's not forget that, right?
Yeah. You beat the Rams, which is big.
Which was everything.
So they beat the Cowboys, and so I know the Cowboys are not a good football team, but solid offense. So held them to 27 points.
They beat the Jets.
And they beat the Green Bay Packers 16-13. Rams, which was insane, 31-28. But then you also look at this team and they drop games against the Saints 17-7, or they
Yeah,
get like
division.
completely destroyed by the Patriots 42-13. I'm gonna go Rams. TD, thoughts?
Yeah, we're not gonna play these games, man. Rams about to obliterate the Panthers. I got this game like 34-13. Might even be worse. But yeah, the Rams are gonna take care of business. They're gonna come in, they're gonna play their best football. The Panthers are probably the moment's gonna be too big for them. When the last time the Panthers been in this kind of moment? Who on that roster is proven? Who in that roster has the experience like that? Especially in the key positions.
I'm really trying to think of like a player that has been on a playoff roster on that roster. Like nothing's coming to fruition for me right now. Like, does anybody have playoff experience on that roster?
And mainly the leaders and the biggest players. Like, no, they're not built for this. This is a good opportunity for their maturation and their growth. Hey, you went there. Now next year, can you get you one? You know, that's what this is about. They're about to get destroyed. All right. Robert Hunt has no playoff experience. So
what is he
in the comment section?
Yeah, seriously, man.
Worse, actually.
Like, I don't think the Panthers have a single player that has playoff experience. Was Hunt on one of the Dolphins playoff teams?
Did he go to that Chiefs game and lose? How long ago is it been?
Oh, wow. Robert Hunt went to a wild card game and lost.
Yeah, 2023. Yeah, he actually has one playoff game in which we got absolutely murdered.
I forgot they have Robert Hunt. I got him winning now.
They have Robert Hunt. Man,
Hey,
look, some crazier things have happened. Like, chat, like, let us know. Like, look at the roster of the Carolina Panthers and let us know 3 players that have playoff experience. Starters, not so much depth players.
Like that makes me want to pick them to win. You know, TD's wrong a lot.
I feel like that and dude, listen, I'm a sucker for an underdog story. I'm not going to spoil my pick for who I think is the true like underdog that's going to win their game until we get to it. Although that me and TD were talking about it all day yesterday, so you probably already know who I'm going to pick for my upset of the week. But it's not this one. Huh?
Who is it?
Steelers.
Is that an upset?
Yeah.
I mean, not on paper, but from
the odds perspective, I guess Texans are favored.
Yeah, they're not the favorite, probably.
Yeah. Steelers are my upset game of the week. I feel like everyone's counting them out. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers will win that game, which is pretty insane.
That wouldn't shock me. I mean, I'm definitely high on the Texans now, but that we're talking about. That's a bad man.
Well, it's funny too. So because like you look at it, right? Like when it comes into matchups, and like we can just transition over to this game. We'll talk about it again. But so with me and TD, we were talking about this. And granted, I don't really like these gimmicky stats, but I do think that it does spell into coaching. Like Mike Tomlin's 20-0 on Monday Night Football when he plays at home. 20-0. He's never lost a game on Monday Night Football. He's at home. Both offenses are anemic. Both offenses are absolutely awful. While the Texans' defense is solid, why they are so solid is that they are masters in disguising coverage, right? And if I could think of any quarterback that I would trust into not getting confused, at least from a football IQ perspective, I'm going with Aaron Rodgers, right? Like he's going to easily be able to diagnose a lot of the things I think that Houston shows him from the back seven side of things. I also think that you shouldn't sleep on the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. I think that they have enough players in their secondary. You have a healthy TJ Watt, who I think is going to wreak havoc on an offensive line in Houston, which a lot of people still don't talk enough about, of how much they struggle. And you also have a Pittsburgh Steelers team that only has one less takeaway than the Houston Texans. They both take the football away. So with home field advantage, do not be shocked in the slightest if Pittsburgh wins this game.
No, listen, this game can go either way. I would not. If the Steelers win this game, I'm not shocked. I don't look at this as a giant upset if they win. I think this is right down the middle in terms of who can win. I'm excited for it. But this is one of the games that's probably the more difficult one to predict. I don't know about you guys, but the first time sports betting became legal in New York, it was right before the playoffs 2 or 3 years ago. And I'll never forget, wildcard weekend, I predicted the money lines for every single game, and I got them all right. It was like I put it all into a parlay, and I won like a lot of money. I kind of want to do that again. It's a fun way to bet on wildcard weekend. You just try to pick every game right. You have how many games to choose from? 6?
Yeah.
Or, right? 6 games. And if you get all 6 of them right, the odds would be phenomenal, even if you bet all the favorites, which is probably not going to work out. We should do that.
I feel like you're going to lose all your money, though, especially since you're going with the Jaguars.
Actually, you know,
have you been rocking with some Dan Mitchell content? Have I brought you to the
side? I got a feeling I know what the Super Bowl is going to be, and I've been thinking about it lately, and that would mean that the Bills need to win this game.
So you're saying that the Bills are going to be in the Super Bowl?
No, he's saying the Jags are.
No. He's saying that the Bills would need to win the game in order for his Super Bowl pick and to be real.
I really do. The more I think about it, I really do think this is the year the Bills go to the Super Bowl.
Me too.
Keyword, go to the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I have gone. Yo, look, I have gone on record. I have gone on record with my prediction that Buffalo makes it to the Super Bowl. You lose.
And you know you're losing to
Seattle or LA.
Yes. Seattle, baby.
Seattle or LA. Look, I will be the happiest guy on the face of the planet. And there's this fake narrative going around. That I only ever pick the Buffalo Bills and, oh, you're such a homer. I'm literally saying we make it to the Super Bowl and lose. All right, pal? Look, anyway, Justin's coming in. Can proudly say the Finns never made the top 10 power rankings this year. Justin, thank you so much.
Let's plug this. Let's talk about his top 10 that he just put out, probably.
He did, as a matter of fact.
Site, roundtablesports.net. We're killing it over there.
Dude, you know what, man? Blogs for days, baby. Shout out to everybody. Let's go ahead and check these out with his top 10 power rankings.
In the chat, my friend.
Yeah, let's see what my boy Justin's all about with his power rankings. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The final power rankings. Number 1, Seattle Seahawks. Oh. Folks, please go to roundtablesports.net if you want to read all the specifics and the reasoning behind all of these. This is a raw reaction right in front of us right now. Seattle.
You know, it's crazy. It's like you're supposed to argue to Seattle number 1, but can you argue it? It's like, that's pretty solid.
Like top to bottom, I would say that they're the most well-rounded roster, in my opinion. Yeah. Denver Broncos sitting at number 2 at 14-3. I don't hate it. Both 1 seeds. Right there. I do not hate it at all.
Guys, go click on our website. If you want to do us a quick favor while we go through it, I put the link at the top of the chat. Just click it. Go to our site. Check it out. We got a lot of blogs being uploaded. We're in the process of refreshing our website as well. We're really trying to prioritize that as an off-season goal, is to really build roundtablesports.net as one of the top sports websites on the face of the planet. So if you guys can just click it, send it to your friends, send the link out, tell them to check out our blogs. You have all the information of our creators over there. Would really appreciate it, guys. Just simply clicking in it, interacting with the website, get it favorable on the algorithm, and we appreciate you guys.
That's what I'm talking about. We have the New England Patriots 3. And Pats, baby. Pats are sitting at number 3, followed by the LA Rams at number 4. All right, chat. Let us know your thoughts.
The wildcard team at 4.
A surprise here.
Another wildcard team.
But I don't particularly hate it. The San Francisco 49ers.
That's solid. I like that. I like
it too.
The NFC West Roundtable, they're cheating. They got 3 top 5 teams in their division. That's why their show's so good.
3 top 5 teams in the league. That tends to do well for viewership numbers. That much I will tell you. San Francisco, number 6 is the Jacksonville Jaguars. Followed by number 7, the Philadelphia Eagles. And by the way, this is probably the most unbiased list I've ever seen because Justin's a Bills fan, by the way, might I say.
Hey, if you ain't top 7, you ain't nothing. So What's
Philadelphia top 7? Wildly specific. You could have just said. You could have just said, "Say you're not top 5, you're not relevant." But you said specifically top 7.
Oh right. Yeah, barely relevant.
Number 8 have the Buffalo Bills sitting at number 8. Number 9, we have the Houston Texans. Ooh, look at that. And then number 10, the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears, brother.
I would have probably put the Bears 8.
Bears at 8?
Yeah.
And put the Bills where?
I mean, I like the Bears more than the Bills right now. And I'm not, that's being a hater aside. I like the Bears better than the Bills right now. And I also like Houston better than the Bills because they can't beat them.
Who?
Houston.
Huh? I mean, luckily Pittsburgh's going to take care of them this week, so we'll be all right.
You hope it, huh?
Yeah. We'll be right. Yeah. You'll be right on that.
Well, folks, there's a lot of wild card games coming up that we're excited about, and if you guys want to use Sleeper to win some cash, you guys can build up some parlays over there on the Sleeper app by using our code RTS. Link at the top of the description. Click the link right now, folks. If you did not already, download the app and put $10 in and get $10 for free. You'll get free money. This is the best time to bet, in my opinion. I bet, but not a lot in the regular season. Playoffs is when I really get into it because it really adds more to it. And you guys can build really fun parlays. If you live in one of the states that it's legal in 25 states. Please consider it, folks. It really does help out what we're doing here at Roundtable Sports by simply clicking the link and downloading the app and inserting $10 or even more if you'd like. Because remember, whatever deposit you put in, you get that match for free. You put $10 in, they give you $10 for free. You put $50 in, they give you $50 for free, all the way up to 100. So you put $100 in, you get 100 for free. So that's $200 to get to play with. You bet more or less on all your prop bets. So big time shout out goes to Sleeper. And don't forget to utilize RotoWire if you want for a specific website to help you with your picks. Because they will literally, because I've done this, you go to RotoWire, they tell you exactly what to do. And I copied it and pasted it, winning some money. So this is a way for you guys to win some cash over there on the RotoWire website. Mm-hmm. You guys get 15% off using our codes. We would like to give you guys all these discounts and all these deals on behalf of our sponsors. Big time shout out goes to RotoWire and all you guys. But of course, as always, please bet responsibly as you're utilizing these tools.
As you're utilizing those tools, man. Shout out to our good friends over at Sleeper, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
Stuff.
That's what I'm talking about. Thanks for the promo, fellas. See you in Mobile.
We're going to Mobile, Alabama. Dan Mitchell now. TD Finsaw won't be there because he's not super into the draft. But me and you will be there, Mr. Dan Mitchell.
Yeah. We'll be good, man. I really haven't taken a deep dive on a lot of these prospects.
Me neither, bro. We should have like Senior Bowl meetings. I mean, you and I just study all the prospects, go into the film room. You give me the data. I'll bring you the film. And then
Alabama quarterback coming out.
Ty Simpson officially declaring.
Ty Simpson officially.
I wonder. I don't know if he's going to go to the Senior Bowl because he's not really a senior. But not all seniors go there anymore. Honestly,
no, not all do. Now I'm kind of curious to see who are the.
I know Pavia, that Vanderbilt quarterback. He's going to be at the Senior Bowl, right?
He's going to be an interview.
I know.
He's
what do you mean by all the things you had to say?
What do you mean by you hate Indiana? And so are you really 6 foot? So are you really 6 foot, man?
Now, that's going to be a lot of fun, man. Last year was our first year covering the Senior Bowl, and it was like you literally felt like rookies out there. You look at all the rookies this past year, they're learning the NFL. We're rookies, not anymore, but we were rookies in covering the Senior Bowl. We had no idea what to expect. I'll never forget going onto that practice field after the practice for the first time, and you're looking at all these prospects, and we have to interview them for the first time. And, you got the jitters. You're like, whoa, all right, what do we say? I mean, here we go. You have 10 minutes to do it. It's like, get on the field for just 10 minutes. It's it. And you just got to go out there and wing it, man. And we got a lot of cool interviews, a lot of experience. I'm excited to use that experience to level things up for this year. So stay tuned for content.
That's exactly what I am talking about. From what I'm seeing, so there's 5 quarterbacks going to the Senior Bowl. There's Taylon Green from Arkansas, Sawyer Robertson from Baylor, Luke Altmaier from Illinois, who was a huge prospect that people were excited about at the beginning of college football. You have, of course, Pavia, and then a guy from North Dakota State, Cole Payton. Those are the
No
five
Jackson Dart.
5 QBs going. Yeah.
Yeah. If Dante Moore declares, it's going to be a 2-quarterback draft. And the big question is,
before we leave, though, I have a question for you, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw what happened to Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
If Josh Allen and the Bills get first rounded, is McDermott safe?
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
I think so. I think that how you look at it, you would need a similar ending to Harbaugh, right? Like you would need to go 8-9, or like you would need to. How I look at it is this ownership really likes McDermott. That's why I don't ever buy into the conversations of people like, oh, Dan, is McDermott going to get fired into the offseason? Because I know how this ownership thinks. I think that they're looking at a guy that is a very consistent winning coach. I feel like we have an ownership that really cares about long sustained revenue being generated into a team. And I also think that they have in the back of their minds, do we roll the dice on a brand new coach and then have to worry about 2 to 3 rebuild years? And lo and behold, Josh Allen is, 35, 36 years old. So the question is not, do I think McDermott should be fired? No. So the question should be, will ownership do it? And that's why I don't spend any energy on it at all. Because I know that they're not going to. Yeah. Right. That's me. TD, do you want Miami to draft a quarterback instead of Tua? New York Jets.
Tua's gone. They're going to figure out a way to get rid of Tua. So that's a give-in. All right. But draft the QB, nothing wrong with it. I would say draft the QB in the later rounds if you don't get somebody you love in the first that's still on the board. So, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Tell Clickbait TD Finns aren't getting Harbaugh, and read my lips, you're not getting Lamar Jackson either. Bums. Lino.
You know what TD didn't even realize the other day?
What's that?
That the Jets had the 2nd overall pick now.
Y'all do.
Ain't nobody gonna be there.
Dante Moore is about to beat Fernando Mendoza Friday night.
Did he declare?
He's about to beat Fernando Mendoza Friday night, go to the national championship, win the Natty, and he's going to have to declare then. How do you not declare?
Exactly. What else would there be to accomplish?
Moore goes number 1, and we get Fernando Mendoza sitting there number 2. Woo-hoo!
Oh, my gosh.
I'll tell you, though, if Dante Moore does not declare, that is a really, really crappy situation the Jets are in.
Yeah, you would need to go to free agency or
get ready.
/ make a trade. Guys, shout out Roto. Shout out Roto.
Real quick, Jets quarterback room next year will be Malik Willis and Dante Moore.
Tua Tagovailoa.
We'll talk about that more tonight.
No, dude. Listen, my hot take, all right? I think Tua is about to be a Steeler. I don't know why. Tua just looks like a Pittsburgh Steeler to me. I don't know why.
In the cold weather, huh?
No, maybe not. You're right. The Arizona Cardinals, Tua Tagovailoa.
That is where Tua would fit better, is the Cardinals.
Is the Cards. Yeah.
The Cardinals. Tua.
Maybe.
Player for player swap. Kyler Murray in Miami, Tua in Arizona.
They got to give him another shot, Tua, man.
Tomorrow will be Miami.
Folks, we are starting the AFC East Roundtable a little earlier today at 5 p.m. We'll see you then. Talk all things AFC East. We're going to wrap it up here. Wildcard weekend on the horizon. We love you guys. Peace out. We'll see you on the horizon. Let's go. Shout out to all the super chats. Flick Shorts, we love you. NY Jets Indy and Lino TV. Thanks for the super chats. We'll see you on the AFC East Roundtable. Peace.